What's up everybody, Andrew Mahone here from Darium's Pokemon. Going to be reviewing some new cards just revealed from Sun and Moon 6, Forbidden Light. Super stoked on these. There is more fighting support. That's what I'm talking about. Love fighting decks, love Buzzwole, Lycanroc. That's like my favorite deck. Buzzwole's my dude right now. We had already found out that Beast Ring's coming out. Beast Ring is a super dope card. Accelerates your energy onto Ultra Beast Pokemon. Hello, Buzzwole. If your opponent has like 3 or 4 prizes remaining, Beast Ring, go search for 2 energy cards and slap them on there. Pretty dope card. But now we've got even more fighting type support on the way. Also, Beast Energy. Let me talk about Beast Energy real quick. If it's attached to an Ultra Beast Pokemon, it gives them plus 30 damage to their output. That's insane. So not only do we have strong energy for fighting type Pokemon, we also have Beast Energy for Buzzwole. We have the Beast Ring, right? Could accelerate energy to Buzzwole. And now we've got even more fighting type support coming out of Sun and Moon 6 Forbidden Light. So first of all, let's check out this new Zygarde Gx. Zygarde Gx has got an insane 200 hit points. Totally crazy for a basic Pokemon GX. And it's got 3 attacks in typical Zygarde form. First of all, let's talk about this artwork as well. The artwork on this thing is totally insane. I feel like a lot of the Zygarde artwork has kind of gotten lost in the sauce. Like, you don't really know what it is. He's this big black and green, you know, circular looking thing, but I can't really tell what's going on. I guess it's typically we just get from like the waist up or the chest up, but here we've got a beautiful full art card. I can actually tell what's going on. He looks like a cross between, you know, a bug and a transformer. I don't know, but he's pretty sweet looking, and you know, I definitely think that this is probably my favorite Zygarde art that we've seen so far. His 3 attacks. First attack, Cell Connector for 2 colorless energy, does 50 damage, and attaches 2 fighting energy cards from your discard pile to this Pokemon. So accelerates to itself, does 50 damage. You can access it with double colorless energy, even though most fighting decks are not playing double colorless energy right now, but hey, we'll take it. 2 colorless energy for an attack cost, we're definitely taking it. So pretty cool, but it does accelerate basic fighting energy. It's not any energy cards. Looks like it does accelerate just basic fighting. But that's great that it has an attack that can accelerate fighting energy to itself, because its other 2 attacks are pretty energy costly. They're costly. For the second attack, we've got 2 fighting and 2 colorless. Lands Wrath, 130 damage, nice vanilla damage output with strong, choice band, what have you. Lands Wrath can easily get up to the 180 range if you have a choice band and 1 strong on there. You're going to be doing 180 damage for those 4 energy. Pretty cost heavy. I don't love an attack that costs 4 energy, but that being said, it can accelerate to itself, so you do have that. And then Judgment GX, super cool GX attack. 2 fighting and 2 colorless, does 150 damage. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes no damage from the attacks of your opponent's Pokemon GX and Pokemon EX, and you can't use more than 1 GX attack in a game. Now, that is an insane attack. I mean, it does 150 damage, gives you invulnerability, and there are cards to boost that damage output. From 150, you can easily strong energy, that's 170. If you have a choice band, that's 200. If you have a Regirock in play, that's 210. And if you have this next card that I'm going to talk about, you have 220, because there's this Diancie Prism Star. Diancie Prism Star is the card that I'm most excited about as far as these recent reveals go. This is a basic Pokemon Prism card. You can only have 1 of these in your deck, but that's all you'll need, because it has this ability, Princess Veil. If this Pokemon's on your bench, your fighting Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. This thing is like Regirock, but in non-EX form on steroids. You can search it out with Brooklet Hill. You can get this thing into play on the first turn of the game. That means Jet Punches are going to be doing insane amounts of damage on the first turn of the game. Easy. Strong energy, Brooklet Hill, Diancie, Choice Band. You could do, what, turn 1, 30, 50, 70, choice band 100. You could do easily turn 1, 130 to the bench with, you know, this Diancie out there. So this thing is insane. Love it. It's going to add just a lot of different options to fighting decks, getting the most bang for your buck out of your energy and your early Jet Punches. I definitely like that. In combination with Zygarde, it helps that Judgment GX really hit some nice numbers. And to just touch back on Zygarde real quick, it does have some other accelerating options. You could play Zygarde with Carbink Break just to help get some energy onto the Zygardes on the bench. And then Zygarde GX also has this sweet card Bonnie, which is a supporter card, which allows it to use its GX attack over and over again. So let's look at Bonnie real quick. Bonnie is a supporter card. It says you can only play this card if there's a stadium in play. Discard a stadium in play. During this turn, your Zygarde Gx may use its GX attack even if you've already used a GX attack this game. So you can imagine some sort of Carbink break deck where you accelerate onto your Zygardes, right? You accelerate onto your Zygardes, and then you come up with Zygarde, and you go ahead and use the GX attack, make him invulnerable, and then next turn, Bonnie, GX again, Bonnie, GX again, and you just continue using GX, and then you're just invincible for like turn after turn. And so long as you can stream Bonnies, that Zygarde's going to be pretty invincible. So that's nuts to think about as far as the deck concept goes. Of course, Pokemon Ranger does get around the invincibility, so that's an option, but what kind of standard decks are going to be playing Pokemon Ranger? I mean, really, without Verse Seeker, Pokemon Ranger is like way less good. So probably decks are going to have to rely on Guzming around things. And of course, Buzzwole Lycanroc does have the pretty busted option to Lycanroc the thing out of the active position and then Guzma it back up to knock it out. So there are some ways to get around this Judgment GX invulnerability, but it is just a cool option to have. Bonnie, the supporter card, allows you to just fire off GX after GX. Super, super cool synergy going on here, and lots of exciting fighting stuff on the horizon. I'm already excited about, like I said, Beast Ring and the Beast Energy, and then to see this stuff coming out as well in our next set, I have just totally like a kid in a candy shop. Can't even believe it. There are two other cards that were recently revealed on Poke Beach, so let's go ahead and check those out. Malamar is a stage 1 Pokemon. This thing is going to be Psychic Pokemon's best friend. I mean, Malamar, for Psycho Recharge, it's got an ability. Once during your turn before you attack, you may attach a Psychic Energy card from the discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. It's Dynamotor for Psychic Pokemon. It's that whatever that Bronzong did. Metal Lynx. It's Metal Lynx, but for Psychic Pokemon. So finally, your Invasion, your Dawn Wings Necrozma, you're going to be able to attack with that thing. Pretty cool because it could sit on the bench, right? And you could have your Malamars out in the active position or wherever, accelerate onto the Dawn Wings, and then Dawn Wings can just Invasion into the active position. Invasion ability allows you to go from the bench to the active position once during your turn before you attack. So that's pretty cool. You can put the Float Stone on the Invasion Necrozma, and you could accelerate to somebody else just by coming in with your dude there with the Invasion, Dawn Wings Necrozma, Dynamotor, or whatever, Psycho Recharge to some of your bench Pokemon, and then retreat for free with the Float Stone, and then go off and fire off some powerful attacks. Also, Mewtwo GX is a potential partner. Any of the Mewtwo cards, potential partners for this thing. Very cool card. I'm sure Psychic types everywhere are just going to be very ecstatic to have an actual energy acceleration engine. Since I've been playing the game, there has been no energy acceleration like this for Psychic Pokemon. It's always been like, you know, maybe that there's some Gardevoir that doubled the effect of Psychic Energy. That wasn't really anything. There's really been no, you know, certified Psychic Energy acceleration. This is the first we've seen in years. So this is really exciting for Psychic type Pokemon. Malamar is going to be a shoo-in. I mean, that's just going to be definitely a good card. I mean, this type of ability has been seen before. Like I said, Electric had it, Bronzong had it. This thing is going to be good when it comes out. So we could definitely see Psychic types coming onto the horizon with the release of Forbidden Light. And then with Psychic types coming on the horizon, Buzzwole takes a hit because, oh, my Buzzwole is weak to Psychic, so that definitely hurts, but it's fine. Hey, balance is great for the Pokemon trading card game, so that's good. We've got one more card recently revealed that I want to talk about. Lysander Prism Star. Lysander Prism Star is obviously a Prism card. You can only play one of them in your deck, but it says for each fire Pokemon in play, put the same number of cards from your opponent's discard pile into their lost zone. This thing is sweet. I mean, you'd have to play it in a fire deck, obviously, or it's not very useful because you have to count the amount of fire Pokemon you have in play and then put that many of your opponent's Pokemon cards from their discard pile into the lost zone. So you do have to play it in a fire deck, but hello, Volcanion, definitely a good archetype in both standard and expanded format. I don't really see as much of a use for it in standard format where players don't have as big of an access to their discard piles, even though Zoroark decks, they do play Puzzle of Time, so you could use it effectively against a Zoroark deck. just to get some of the resources that they were planning on recovering with Puzzle of Time out of their discard pile into the Lost Zone so that they can no longer access those, be it double colorless energies, choice bands, what have you, or even just Pokemon that could be very useful, especially for a Volcanion deck. So a big boon for Volcanion in Standard. And then expanded, we've got Turbo Turtonator, those kind of Turbo Turtles, whatever, Turbo Volcanion with Blacksmith, all of that. You could definitely use it in that deck. Imagine using this Lysander Prism Star versus a Night March deck. I mean, how hilarious is that? They've got 10 Night Marchers in the discard pile, think they're good to go, then all of a sudden you send 6 of them to the Lost Zone. Now they've only got 4 Night Marchers in the discard pile. That and if you've sent 6 Night Marchers to the Lost Zone, that means they can only get a maximum of 6 in the discard pile, which is not nearly enough to do one-hit knockout damage, which is what Night March has to do in order to win the game. So a cool card in expanded format as well. You could even play some tricks on decks that use Versus Seeker like Zoroark, and you could throw away their Hex Maniac that's in their discard pile. You could throw away their Colrisses. You could throw away their Ends, their Eggs. You could throw away a whole bunch of stuff from their discard pile to the Lost Zone. Then all of a sudden they got these Verse Seekers in their hand and they can't do anything with them. So pretty cool card to come out of Forbidden Light. Definitely excited about this upcoming set. There seems to be a lot of juicy cards coming out for Forbidden Light. Some cool translations. So I wanted to go over those for you guys and let you know my initial thoughts. I'm excited about these cards. I mean, what an insane group of cards. The Malamar, the Zygarde, the Diancie, and the Lysander. Oh, just such a cool reveal. So thank you all for watching the video. Let me know what you think of these cards in the comments below. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, follow me on Twitter at EnjoyFriend if you want to discuss these cards further. Check me out on Patreon. I'm going to be doing a giveaway soon in the description below. Thank you all for watching. Peace.